Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Naked Truth. And today we're going to be talking about, forgive my raspy voice, I had a long night. We're going to be talking about like the importance of dating even after marriage. So we've been together how long?
11 years.
You know, that's a long time. And so I feel like that time frame has given us the qualifications, I would say, to just talk about this. Relationships are not perfect. And I feel like sometimes, even if you're not married, let me just clarify, because some people are still together a long time, but they're not married. Even if you're not married, sometimes you get into a relationship and after a while, you everything becomes routine. Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel like, how do I put it? Like you're still like the first, what do you call it? Honeymoon phase?
Yeah, honeymoon phase.
Of the relationship where you're like courting, getting to know the person, exploring new things. You know, when you get to that 1 year, 2 year mark, people start getting a little more comfortable and just not doing the things they do. And I feel like this is a conversation that we should definitely have. So for you, how important is it for us to go on dates?
I used to not think it was as important, but I will say over the last year or so, I've kind of matured more enough to say we need to go on dates more often. At least 2, maybe 3 times a month. What you think?
We go on dates way more than that, though.
We do. I'm just.
But yeah, that's just for like a regular couple. I would say 2 to 3 times a month is fine. Mm-hmm. In the beginning of our relationship, we went out a lot. Mm-hmm. We did things. We went to the park a lot. I like going to the park. Mm-hmm. He likes going to the park. We like going to see the ducks and stuff. Mm-hmm. We did that a lot. And then after we had Dana, there was like a
period where it stopped.
Was it Dana or Demi?
It was Dana for a while. No, we tried to keep going after Dana.
After Dana, after we had our first baby girl, we I was home and he was working, so it was like trying to keep up with bills and everything. It was kind of hard to
balance,
go back into that routine. And then especially when we started making content, I think we talked about this before, but there was a time frame where it was just things were not as great. And you realize when you stop spending quality personal time with your partner, I don't care what no one says, you start to detach. You start to not knowing. It's not knowing the person, because it's not like you don't know them, but it's it's so easy to fight and so easy to argue and just place blame, because one person is over here just thinking and assuming, the other person's over here doing the same, and it's not meeting in the middle.
Right.
And how do you feel on your end as a guy, speaking to the guys, how did you feel like you made the improve? Because I feel like our relationship has improved so much. How do you feel on your part, what did you do to make that improvement?
How did I make the change? Honestly, this was something I was talking about to somebody a few days ago. You taught me empathy through just, trial and error, to the point where now even though I'm kind of emotionally detached, I'm aware enough to know and pay attention to how you're feeling, and know that certain things mean a lot to you. Relax.
No, I'm smiling because this is a long time coming of I know that I'm super emotional, so it's I always tell people I hate that he knows when something's bothering me, because I'll be going about my day like trying so hard not to think about whatever it is I got going on, and then I'll be like, "Hey, you okay?" And I'm like, "Why would you do that?" Because now it's like everything just floods out, and
Gotta
it's like,
address it.
"Yeah, now I gotta talk about it."
But
Continue.
yeah, like so now like I try to actively be like, yo, you want to go somewhere, do something, because I know you need it, you know. And
I
go ahead.
I feel like the one-on-one time makes. I feel like, yeah, I don't know if I've already said this, but intimacy for me, I know some people think that having sex with your partner is intimacy. But intimacy for me is us spending time together and talking and like doing things and like getting to know each other, and just because
Quality
we've
time.
both like grown.
Right.
And so it's like, now that we've like transitioned into lifestyle, it is important for us to like have one-on-one time.
Yeah, to strengthen the bond. I don't know, and it kind of reminded me that, you know, you are in fact my best friend. You know, the dates that we go on, the time we spend together, I was like, yo, that is my other half. So, you know, it went from me just doing it to make you feel good to me like I want to spend time with you because you're my best friend.
And also for me, I feel like since we've been together, you've taught me to be emotionally aware of my feelings. And when I'm like, am I upset at you, or am I upset about the situation and projecting it at you? So I've learned to like separate the two, if I can, if that makes sense, where it's like, I'm not upset with you, but
Commercial break.
Commercial break. Oh, it's just on a hook.
Yeah, just a hook. Go ahead.
Don't put my big head on the picture. Okay. So, you see all that smoke from last night? You hear my voice?
Yeah,
That's why I don't
raspy.
smoke.
Yeah.
That's why I don't smoke. I sound like
How did it deteriorate like that in 3 seconds?
I sound like I smoke cigarettes.
Crazy.
And that was literally because I was just sitting next to somebody.
That's crazy.
That's why I don't smoke. I would sound like one of those people. But anyways, edit that out. But back to what I was saying. You've taught me to be emotionally aware of my feelings and where they're placed. Because sometimes I'll come home and I'll be upset about like work. And then I'll come home and the house is like, the kids have done 20 million different things. And I'm like, now I'm mad and yelling. And it's like, I'm learning to like assess your feelings and where they're coming from, and don't project it onto other people. And if you're mad about something, to talk about it. And I love that, like, sometimes I'll be super mad and you'll be like, yo, just listen. Before you react, listen. And okay, so let's talk about now that we've transitioned into lifestyle.
What about it?
I am very excited to say that I feel like we've been doing pretty good communication wise when dealing with lifestyle, because I feel like a lot of people, like, you guys watch our stuff and you follow us, you see what's going on. I feel like people think, I don't want people to glamorize our relationship until they understand that this takes growth. This takes
Trust.
listening, it takes trust, it takes time and communication. Like, talk to your partner, talk until your head falls off. Just talk it out. Sometimes you might not want to hear the other person. You might have to give them a break, give them a day or two. But like, I'm rambling again. Okay, so you talk about how, like, lifestyle, like, what do you do to make sure that I'm comfortable for the people to hear?
To make sure she's comfortable, I'm constantly checking in on if she's okay with what's going on. I'm giving her updates on what's happening with me so that she's in the know with everything, because one thing you don't want is just things to spring up on you out of nowhere. And then that's how things blow up. And that's how things come to an end. So now it's like, if something strange happens, I come there and say, yo, this is happening, such and such. Or this is happening, and I want to know how it affects you.
Last night we went to a lifestyle party and partook in some types of some activities, and I feel like I'm proud of us because we just kept like, hey, you good? You good? And that was like really like, it made it so nice and made it feel so like inviting. And I want people to know, like, you can't go into lifestyle until if you're going into it by yourself as a single person, that's fine. But also, you have to respect people's boundaries.
Right.
And they're like, whatever their requirements are and stuff like that, you have to respect it. Like, I had to explain to someone that night, like, I don't interact unless he's around. So, you kind of got to go away. And I think he was looking at me like I got 3 heads, but it is what it is. Like,
it is what it is.
I don't play unless he's here. So, and same as like, just we respecting each other's boundaries and, making sure the other person's cool and comfortable with that. So I say all this to say that when you're in a relationship with someone, it could be 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Don't forget to still act like it's the first day, the first week, the first time, because as you guys get older, you go through different experiences. There will always be something new that comes up. And it's best to always, I'm trying so hard not to have this raspy throat. It's always best to just put your best foot forward. Like, I can honestly say that from 2015 to 2025, we have definitely grown up together.
Yeah. It's a crazy sentence, like growing up together, but that's really what we did. We grew up together.
And sometimes I know for a fact people looked at our relationship and was like, oh, you're not gonna last that long, or you guys are not gonna be together that long. But you know what? I was very determined to prove everybody wrong. And also, just from the moment that I met you, I just felt like that was my person.
You know.
I'm trying not to get emotional now.
I mean, we went through so much shit, it's kind of hard to walk away. It's like, I know you, you know me. We fought for each other. We went through phases where we really didn't like each other and still stayed there. Like, we went through the mud together, so it's like, I'm not leaving this person for nobody. Fuck you.
And that's really what we're trying to like transcend to you guys, is that relationships are not perfect. But also, I'm not going to say to anyone that you should stay in a relationship where you're not being respected and you're not being heard. Do not do that. If you have things that you want from someone and they are not giving it to you, then you definitely, because I know me personally, I am very emotional and I always want to talk about my feelings. And when we first started dating, he was like,
I was closed off to it.
He was like, no, like, I don't want to do this with you. You always want to talk about your feelings. Always want to talk about your feelings. Every time I come around, you want to talk about your feelings. And I started feeling like I was being really overwhelming and really like too pushy.
And I was wrong in that situation, like, I wasn't, and that was an issue of me and myself, just not knowing how to get in touch with my own feelings. So I didn't want to hear it from somebody else who was in touch with it. But like I said, you taught me over the years.
Do you think having daughters has made you a little more?
It has, because you see how I was with you back in the day. I couldn't be like that with them, because they say what's wrong. It's like, I would actively want to hear what's wrong. Because why is something bothering my daughter?
Yeah, so it's just like, again, I feel like we just grew. Like, we just, like, matured, and we, like, understood now as we get older. Like, you looking back in our 20s, you're like, damn, like, I wish I had this information now that I have. Like, I wish the information that I know now,
Yeah,
I wish
like
I knew
that.
it, like, 24, 25, so that, like, a lot of the stupid stuff that we went through, we wouldn't have. But I feel like all that
It
stuff
helped us
was
get here.
the foundation for
Right, good
being
or
together
bad.
for this many years.
It was.
And we got married in the courthouse. Mind, I say this. And I think I told my mom and like my sister, and that was it. And they were not too pleased about it. Because it's like, why are you doing that? And you should have like a big wedding. And I was just like, no, I just wanted to do it. Even though I felt like he was bluffing.
She thought I was laughing.
I felt like he was bluffing. On the way to the courthouse, I still felt like he was bluffing. But,
Got it done.
and here we are. So, I say all this to say, please, guys, just talk. Talk it out. If you're gonna, especially if you want to be in the lifestyle, please be able to communicate with your partner, and also please be able to listen to your partner.
Right.
So that's my naked truth for today. Peace.